I'm gonna assume that you have mastered the art of doing. You are the checklist queen. You wake up, you hustle, you cross things off. You're probably the eldest daughter, and you're the person that everyone comes to get something done right. But let me ask you this. When is the last time you felt deeply held by life? As corny as that sounds, when have you just allowed yourself to be? Without effort, without control, without adding things to your to-do list, without pushing. And here's the truth every single woman needs to hear. We have all mastered the art of doing. We know how to do it. But now it's time to master the art of being. And being isn't lazy, it's not passive, it is productive. Being is the foundation to true feminine magnetism. It's where attraction, alignment, and effortless timing live. We live in a world that glorifies doing. We are all taught to measure our worth by how much we're outputting, speed, how fast you can get things done, visible results, and constantly being busy. But here's the catch. Doing more is effort-based, and effort is just perceived control. It makes you feel like you are moving things forward because you are genuinely taking control. You are having an active hand in the result. And so you're thinking that if you don't take control, if you don't do more, if you don't actually put in active effort, then the results that you get are a result of you not doing enough. And so if you can control your outcome by controlling how much output you do, then of course you're going to get exactly what you want. But here's the caveat. Effort is a linear approach. If I'm in motion, then I can't fail. If I'm producing, then no one can say that I'm not doing enough or that I'm not enough. But in feminine energy, the rules flip. And for women, every woman, no matter what kind of woman you are, the sweet spot is to be operating 70% in your feminine energy and 30% in your masculine energy. The dominant energy you live in or reside in is your feminine energy. That is where magnetism, alignment, and flow just come naturally. I want you to think of it like this. When you're in doing mode, you think you're in control mode. But there is two different types of control. There's internal control and there's external control. Like I said, effort is just perceived control. You think you have control when you're putting in more effort, when you're doing more, when you're taking on more tasks, but that is truly not the way that it goes because like I keep saying in my videos, you do not get more by doing more. You get more by being more in alignment. And when your internal world is all organized and in order, that is when your reality reflects that back to you. So effort is perceived control. You think you have control. Internal effort is genuine control because those are genuinely the only things you can control. The only variables in life you can control are the ones that are attached to you, that are a part of your being. You can control your thoughts, you can control your beliefs, you can control your emotions. Those are all things in your power that are reliable variables of control. So instead of trying to do more, aka just put more effort in, focus on energy. Energy over effort. That is what the universe mirrors back to you. It does not mirror back to you your effort, it mirrors back to you your energy. And the reason why most people feel very out of control when they decide to give up effort is because you don't have an active hand in what's happening around you. Your only active hand is what's happening within you. But if only you knew whatever happens within you gets naturally reflected out of you, then everyone would be a lot happier. Internal control feels more scary because it doesn't make you feel like you are actually doing anything to get the things that you want. It makes you feel like you don't actually have control in your life because you're genuinely just sort of sitting back. It's not a form of control that you can actively and tangibly see in the moment. Whereas effort or doing is more tangible. You do an action and then you see the results of that action. And most of the time it's an immediate result. So that form of control feels better to a brain that is in survival mode. It feels better to a brain that is high functioning and that needs to define their worth through results because you get immediate results with effort, right? Or just doing. Whereas when you're being, your internal control is not immediate. You know, because it is law. This is not a personal law. This is a universal law that when you are focused inwards and controlling all those variables within you, reality reflects that back. However, it's not immediate. It's immediate in your decision and that identity flip, but the the results come a little bit later. They lag a little bit. Whatever you're experiencing right now is a result from your thoughts last week, last month. And so you know that the thoughts you have today, the beliefs you hold today, all of the emotions are going to be reflected back to you in a week from now, in a month from now. So get focused on what you're thinking, believing, and saying to yourself right now. I actually started a podcast where I literally just rant and use all my unfiltered thoughts as episodes. So I just talk. My first episode is live. I actually have 2 or 3 episodes on there right now. So that will be linked in the description box if you want to check out my podcast. It's super brew-like. It's not anything fancy. It's just somewhere where I want my thoughts to land without me sort of curating them. They're just off the rip and raw. Now let's talk about the energy of being, because I don't want you to think that being is being lazy. Being is not lazy. Being is productive. Being is strategic. It is about creating a stable place for the miracles you want to land. We're not saying that we're just gonna be, we're not gonna put in any action, we're not gonna create any sort of vision for ourselves. We're just gonna sit on the couch and hope that it comes knocking on our door. That is not what I'm saying, so I need you to hear that very loud and clear, because that is not how life works. It's about holding that energetic frequency that matches what you want, all of the miracles that you want, so stable and rooted in worth that your desire has room to come for you. It's matching up, it's feeling you, and it's like, okay, she's ready for me, and then it naturally trickles over to you. So that is your job. That is being. It's not about adding more to your plate. It's about shifting your focus from external control to internal control. There's an analogy I used on my podcast, which was like a lemonade stand, okay? Think of it like this. You know your lemonade is so good. Effort and external control is putting up your lemonade stand on the side of the road, trying to grab all the customers and trying to convince them to buy your lemonade. You're flagging down the cars, you're flagging down the people walking on the street, and you're selling your lemonade for like 50 cents. Even though you know it's so good, it's so refreshing, you're begging people to buy your lemonade, but you're walking away from that lemonade stand feeling so good because you put in all this effort. It felt so good to be in control and take charge. Versus being, knowing your lemonade is amazing, having a little sign that says lemonade over here. Obviously this in real life would sound a little bit creepy, but just bear with me. So imagine this majestic backyard, okay? So like your backyard is there and there's all these trees and flowers creeping over the fence, and if you're walking on the street, you see this backyard, you see butterflies in there, you see birds going in. It just sounds like nature. It just feels and sounds so majestic. And then you see that lemonade sign, you're going to naturally be intrigued. It's going to naturally draw you in. You're sitting in your backyard with the stand set up, drinking your own product because you know it's so good. You're just waiting for people to come, and then this lineup of people come to try your lemonade. You are not actively locating the people. You just built the beautiful space for them to naturally want to enter. And that is being. You're not doing anything. You are just aligned and have created that stable energetic zone for the desire, aka the lemonade people, to come in. That might not have made a lick of sense, but I hope that has resonated for one person, because in some way that makes sense in my head. And now let's go back to the energetics of all of this. When you're chasing someone, when you're chasing something, when you're chasing a result, what is the energy? It's tense, it's frustrated, it's forward leaning, it's anxious, it's on edge, it's scattered. But when you are just being, what's the energy? Grounded, open, magnetic. And this is when you are in alignment. You are so totally in alignment inside of yourself, in your own ecosystem, that you don't push to make things happen. You just tune into the knowing that it's already done. And this is the part no one talks about. You can't hear guidance from your higher self, from your divine intelligence living within you, from source, when you are drowning in noise, when you are drowning in outside control, when you are just on this hamster wheel of I gotta do this, I gotta wake up and I gotta do this, and I'm waking up at 5 a.m, I'm hitting this Pilates class and I'm doing this. It's like, oh my gosh, that sounds exhausting just saying that. You run a week of that script and then you're burnt out and you're like, oh my god, I'm so tired. Why do I feel like this? You feel down, you feel depressed, your cortisol has spiked. That is just not a way to live as a woman. Okay, we do not run on a 24-hour clock where we can just get up and go, go, go. Men are naturally built to hold more stress, okay? Because they have testosterone. They have higher levels of testosterone where they can actually adapt to stress more than a woman can. We have 28-day cycles, okay? I live based on the moon. The moon cycles and women's female cycles are literally one. If you go back to ancient scripture, I'm Hindu, so it's in there as well. Like, you can see that as women, our power is so magnetic. You have to adhere to the natural essence and the natural cycle of a woman, a female body. That is when you truly sync up with life and you will get what you want so easily. Yes, still put in effort. Yes, still take action, but make those actions aligned. Don't make those actions strategic and they're just output because you feel like you have to do that in order to get X result. Do the aligned action, let the door naturally open for you, let the path of least resistance open up for you, and just keep following that. That is the only type of doing you should be participating in. The main point I'm trying to drive home here is that being is not inactive, it's receptive. So you're choosing the action that feels aligned, it feels light, it feels clean, and it feels good. Like you genuinely feel excited when you want to do that action. Instead of the action that feels forced and feels like the thing that you should be doing, but you don't actually want to do it, you're just doing it because you think that it is going to get you X outcome. And this is where most people get stuck. They hear be more, do less, and that means do nothing. It's not about doing nothing, it's about doing it from a different place. And I will be honest, this is something that I had to fix in my own life. This is all part of the journey. You're like, what the heck does being even mean? What do you mean I can just sit around and like sort of get into alignment and the thing comes? It is something that I had to actually fix in my fitness routine. I would waste so long trying to find the perfect workout. In order to reach the goal that I want, I have to have the perfect workout when that is not the case at all. I was never progressing when I was in that energy and coming from that place in my fitness routine because I was wasting and exerting more energy trying to find the perfect workout than actually working out. And obviously I wasn't seeing results. And if you're not seeing results either, then this probably is your issue as well. What changed everything for me was Ladder. Ladder is a fitness app that gives you a real strength training plan from an expert coach. No influencer workouts, not pre-recorded random videos, a real plan that changes weekly and gets you the results you actually want to see, while also getting you stronger over time. I chose the glute focused strength program because that is my specific goal. I need to snatch up the waist, lean out, tighten up, so that is perfect for me. And all I have to do is follow the plan. I don't wake up second guessing what I'm doing in the gym, which is honestly the worst. And I'm not falling off my fitness goals because everything is just so consistent and compact in this app. Every workout is laid out Monday to Sunday. Every rep is structured, and the app allows you to track your progress as you go. So you can input your weight, you can input the reps that you did, you can input the level at like 70%, 80% effort that you put in. And so you can see how you're improving over time, because the best way to get the body of your dreams is to progressive overload. It is like having a personal trainer in your phone and in your headphones. And for me, I just need the least amount of resistance to getting the thing that I need. Like, I will not go walking like 10 minutes to a gym. I will not do the most when it comes to my workout, because that for me just causes me to not follow through. I need the least amount of resistance to my workout. So this for me works amazingly. And as you can see, my results have completely changed since switching to Ladder. Of course, more than that, like your mood gets better, because mine has, because you know you're not falling off, you're sticking to the plan, you're getting those compounding results because you're following through every single day, because they're making it easy to do so. So if you're like me and you're done wasting time, you download Ladder. There is a program for everything from Pilates strength plans to hybrid athlete to straight up muscle building. You can get up to $10 off your first month when you click the link in my description box or scan the QR code right here, plus a 7-day free trial. And the best part, they don't even ask you for a credit card to get started, so what are you waiting for? Here's my formula for actually executing this, because we all love some info, but we all need a plan. Number one, always audit your actions. Ask yourself, is this action truly aligned? Is it feeling good in all parts of me? Am I coherent in this action? Or am I doing this action just to keep me in motion? Aligned action feels a little too easy. You're going to question yourself and be like, this is a little bit too easy. Is it really this simple? That is how you know it's aligned. Versus if you're just doing it to keep yourself in motion and add things because you need to be in that hyper productive mode, there's going to be frantic energy behind that. Switching from doing and more effort to just being and aligning your energy energy is not about forcing an outcome, but more just following a nudge. Step number 2 in my formula is building white space into your day. If your calendar has zero breathing room, your nervous system will never adapt or shift into receiving mode. Even 10 minutes of doing nothing, breathing, sitting, meditating, staring at the wall is enough to consistently rewire and reset your energy from force to flow. And that takes me to the third step in the formula, which sort of builds off of the second, and that is to stop filling the space, okay? So if you have blank space in your day or in your week, you happen to find yourself stumbling on a very relaxed Saturday afternoon, instead of trying to fill that space with doing something, let it be. When nothing is happening, sort of notice your impulse to fix it, to add more, to fill the space. Once you allow those gaps in your doing and your aligned action to just being, that is where life starts to reorganize itself. You need that rest to just do nothing simply. And when I say do nothing, this is an entire other video. I quite literally mean lay on that couch and stare at the wall. Because a lot of times we feel like resting is reading a good book, it's meditating, it's doing the dishes and sort of like zoning out, it's taking an everything shower, it's having a bubble bath. Those are still doing things, okay? That is a completely other level to doing nothing. And I know a lot of people struggle with that, but when I tell you the rest and rejuvenation you will feel from simply laying on the couch watching your favorite Disney movies all day will have you waking up feeling like a brand new person. You will feel aligned, you will feel soft, you will feel happy, and you will truly feel like you have rested. Because a lot of times people are resting but still taking on a secondary sort of action, which is filling up that rest period with their hobbies or with meeting up with friends. And if those things fuel you, go for that. But I'm telling you that real rest and real rejuvenation comes from having a day where you wake up, you stay in your pajamas all day, you eat on the couch. I mean, this is my perfect day, so you will have yours, but if you're like me, then this might work for you. But sitting on the couch, watching your favorite movies all day, and just simply letting yourself not think. That truly right there is what your body needs. You will get so much further ahead in your goals and bringing the things you want into your life into fruition by just allowing yourself to rest. Number 4 in the formula is let the desire lead you. This is going back to what I talked about in a previous video where I live life based on following my highest excitement. So instead of saying I have to make this work or it simply won't work, say I move when it feels right, when I'm hearing those whispers, when I'm hearing those nudges, and I trust that internal control that I am taking part in every single day is more than enough to keep me aligned and bring in what I want. And all the rest is already moving its way to me. And the last step in the formula is practice non-interference. And this one is the hardest for people because you plant a seed and then you keep trying to check it and see, okay, is it sprouted? Has it sprouted? And that is where impatience comes in because we don't trust that if we just let things be, they will come to us. Going back to the perceived control with effort. We feel like if we don't do more, if we don't check it out, if we don't constantly keep examining it, then it's not going to happen. And because we haven't been doing enough, that's why it's not happened. But just trust that whatever seed you plant and just focusing on the internal alignment, and I can guarantee you bring that thing to fruition. You don't have to keep checking on it. If you don't check on it and then it's been a week and you still don't see it, that's not because you haven't checked on it. It just needs time to bloom and it just needs time to catch up with the internal alignment. So if you've mastered doing, congratulations, snaps to you. You have now mastered the art of discipline and structure and the 30% of your masculine energy you do need. But now it's time to master the 70% of just being and allowing. That is your next level of mastery. Because when you blend both aligned action with magnetic stillness, you stop chasing life and life starts chasing you. You only have to stay in your lane, keep your energy clean, keep focused on you and your internal control, your own lemonade stand, and everything will find you because your energy is now clean, it's stable, and it has somewhere to land. If you want to learn a little bit more about being, watch this video next.